It means growth and it means expansion. It meant I was able to hire 3 people and grow my team during a period where I really needed it. It was a kind of crucial time for me. And so I was able to sustain my business and also to expand my team. The challenge before enterprise was I felt like I was treading water. I couldn't really invest in my company. I couldn't put money into development or into training or into like the kinds of things that are ultimately going to be good for a healthy company, because you're just trying to keep the doors open. Our enterprise application was called Unless Unchaperoned, and it was about being a small production company rather than always partnering with other companies to make things, kind of getting myself into a position where I could do that solo. So the timing wasn't kind of just right for me to apply for enterprise. It was like perfect, like serendipitous. It really felt like we were at this kind of like nexus between, remaining a small company and not being able to kind of survive or growing and getting to this next level where I'm able to not only survive but thrive. And that's why we applied. It's a lot of work, but it's really essential work. Like the doing of it is kind of the first step in your business succeeding anyway. So it's extremely valuable and time well spent. Then the second stage of the process, you're working with someone from 113 Partners, and they're kind of helping you finesse that business case. So the funding enabled me to hire a development executive, a head of scripted, and a development coordinator, which is sort of the nuts and bolts of it, but that also means that I have resources I can put into other staff members, and I can have a bookkeeper and I can have an assistant. But it also gave me 2 mentors, a business mentor who is a finance director and has been able to help me get across all the cash flow and forecasting. And that's been like a total game changer. And also a creative mentor who's an exec from the US, and she's been amazing at kind of getting my team up to speed on how to pitch and when to pitch and networking and conferences. So yeah, it's kind of given me access. The highlights since receiving the funding, we have gone into production on a feature film, and I was able to be on site in Melbourne producing that while my staff were here and in Sydney and in a couple of states developing our slate, so that when I returned, this is a highlight, when I returned a week after, they pitched me a bunch of projects that now are on our slate, and it's very exciting to come back having been away and just see that the wheels have still been in motion. My capacity has developed, I guess, just by giving me the space to be able to be a business owner and a manager, so that my staff can focus on various other elements of the business, including the creative, and I can focus on managing them and managing the company. And I think the finance director, my business mentor, has certainly played a really big part in that. And I've had to get kind of good at looking at numbers and financial documents like cash flows. But now that I am better at looking at them, I'm so grateful to have them. I guess it's made me more realistic, and I think I have a better understanding of just needing to have commercial projects on the slate, for instance, or have projects that I know for sure we can get up and we can make, and that will bring some income into the company. The bigger the staff or the team, the more you kind of feel like you owe them. You want to build an environment that they can work in for years to come. So it's probably made me more ambitious, I think, in that sense. Yeah. I think I would say be bold, like be ambitious, be a bit excited by your own idea, like don't just kind of phone it in and, say you want to hire a few people, that's sort of obvious. I think think big. What does it mean? What do you mean to the industry in Australia, and what does the industry stand to gain from you if it invests in you? If you're going to apply for enterprise funding, start now, start the application now, start thinking about your business plan now. So that way you can iterate and redraft and you're not just handing in the first thing that you were able to come up with. It is a long process and it's worth it, but it's worth starting early.